Off to FLAGGL.
I was just reviewing one of my podcasts like I do every week before it goes out. The Art of SBA Lending. We did a panel a couple weeks ago with 3 of the top loan brokers in the SBA industry. The broker-driven shops, I guess the point of the episode was, are they replacing the BDO? Now, they might. I mean, these big shops might get so big and savvy, and they're just, if they could cut out the BDO, they would. It's a huge cost, but it's a necessary cost right now. The model's changing, the world is changing, but there's all these other community banks that are smaller, and there's a lot of banks that don't even accept broker business. So for them, none of this matters. And so that's the part I missed, I think, in that episode, is really the fact that there's a lot of shops out there that don't even want to work with brokers. So those are probably the shops where BDOs are going to be ultra valuable, because they're the ones going out and developing business the old school way. But there's less of those small shops now, and how are those BDOs going to go develop business? It comes down to relationships at the end of the day. That was my big takeaway. I see the market dissecting into product-based winning in the market, best rates, best structures, most aggressive credit box, things like that, and then relationship-based lending. Community banks, BDOs that have actual long-standing relationships with different people in their market, not just random brokers that they're, messaging on LinkedIn saying, hey, give me a shot, send me a deal, we're really aggressive. I know, I can't believe I'm saying it either. Because I started out that way. But the thing is, we've evolved. I mean, it's evolved so much. When I started out, everyone told me, you just need 10 referral sources sending you business. And I ended up going and getting 5,000. And then I started sending email blasts. And everyone's like, you can't send email blasts. We work at a bank. And I did it anyway, because I didn't have anything to lose at the time. And it was like magic. I would send that email blast to my network of, probably at that time, it was in the hundreds of people, brokers. And it was brokers I had gone and I had coffee with and I had lunch with, and bankers and people like that I knew and met. But how do I stay in front of them? I would send them an email blast, probably 3 a month. And that's how I stayed top of mind. And I know it sounds crazy. No one was doing this. This is less than 15 years ago. No one was doing it. Just no one was. I knew no one was doing it because everyone I told, they were like, "What are you talking about?" And it's like that changed because everyone obviously did email blasts. So then I had to pivot. So then I started posting on LinkedIn back in 2015. That was 10 years ago. And at the time, that's how I came up, and it was like, wow, this is actually working. In fact, I'm going to FLAGGL. I think it was like 2016 or 2017, probably 2017, where I taught a marketing session on LinkedIn. And I remember asking the audience, like, who here is using LinkedIn for marketing? And there was probably 75 people in the room, and I only saw 2 hands go up. So I was early there. If you're early on a trend, I mean, it's not 6, 12, 18 months until it kind of sweeps through the nation. I mean, it's with the internet. I mean, it's best practices are out there. Heck, I put them out there, right, on the podcast. So all I'm saying is, what's the next pivot, right? I went to video. I did the video marketing, and I was early there. And now you see a lot of people doing video. Well, I mean, we taught that at the BDO retreat, where we started the Content Store, a video editing agency that Madison and I own and operate to help anyone create video content. So we're here trying to facilitate these changes in the marketplace, but now it's like, what's next, right? And I can't believe I'm saying it, but it's build, you're gonna laugh, build relationships in your backyard. Yeah, okay, I know. I'm not early there, I'm a little late. But given that 100 SBA lenders are at the fingertips of everyone, AI is on the loose, the knowledge base is out there, like the playing field is completely level, and the only things that can stand above are brand, which is another word for reputation, and your relationships. And the relationships need to be solid. It can't just be business, 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 because eventually you're going to screw up a deal. Your underwriter's going to, take a vacation. The deal's going to take too long. And if you don't have a relationship with that referral source beyond just being able to execute and get the deal done, this is old school money store 101, relational marketing. Go take them to the ball game, go golfing, grab dinners, and you've got to be in your backyard to do this, or else you're going to be flying in and out of different cities all over the country, and that's just not going to work. But to me, I know it's not sexy, I know it's not automated, it's not AI powered, but that is, if you want to be a successful BDO over the next 5 years, you're going to put a lot of focus into building relationships in your backyard. And so we're winding down the Art of SBA Lending podcast, which is very sad for me. But, it's been 6 years, maybe more. We've said it all. I don't want to be repeating myself. I don't want to keep doing it just for the sake of doing it. I think it was a great project. It really opened up a lot of doors for me. We had so much fun doing it. It was just the thrill of a lifetime. And it gave us a town square to cultivate different ideas and really take a step back and think about what we're doing. You guys, we made it. I just got to Orlando, and I'm about to conduct the last 2 episodes of the Art of SBA Lending podcast. We're going to be doing Heidi Whitesell, my fearless leader over at Fundex, there through the wind down of it all, getting that story, and then the final one, bringing back the guys and gal who taught me how to do cash flow, eligibility, all of that stuff right here in downtown Orlando. We're going to be interviewing all of the people. This is the first time we have all been together since, I left in 2013. I was there for two short years. They worked together all for like 10 years or whatever. And Sean and Tony still work together, and they went to high school together. This is epic. This is absolutely epic. I'm so excited. So I'm going to go into the studio right now and start getting set up.
Hey, man. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Hey, Tony. Do I get to hug you? Oh, my gosh.
All right, guys. We are here. We're back in the building where it all started. Well, technically it started in Altamont Springs, but we moved here. This is the building I came to work at every day at Mercantile Capital back when I first was starting out. We're in downtown Orlando. We're going to see if we can go inside. Come on. Guys, we did it. We're inside the building where I work, where it all started, where I learned SBA from scratch. I never thought in a million years I'd be back here. I haven't been in this building for 12 years. I'm kind of getting emotional. I'm going to show you a little bit about, where I worked. Let's see. All right. So this was it. This is in a 3-story building in downtown Orlando. And we had a branch on the bottom, which bought Mercantile, and then we officed out of these other 2 floors here. This was Chris Hearn's office, where I would come in and learn a lot. Looks a little different right now. Probably his American flag. This office was a mess, I will tell you that. Sorry, Chris. And then he wanted me right outside, and I want to say, was it this one or was it this one? I think it was this one, if I remember correctly. My cubicle here. Wow. So this is it. This is where I sat and pounded the phones for the first 2 years of my career, calling 100 brokers a day. That was the goal. I did it some days, other days I didn't. Wow. Guys, this is crazy. This is such nostalgia. This is where I fell in love with SBA. I'd have one of these phone, earpiece things, and I would pace around the office, and I would go and ask for help, with some of the other folks. This was a beautiful office building too. I mean, you see the exposed brick. I mean, so nice. I think they put carpet down, but it used to be hardwood floors. This is actually where they would have loan committee. Check it out. This was our loan committee. Look at that, classic loan committee table. They actually let me into these things because I had some deals in the pipeline, and learned so much at that time. This was like the marketing department here. So we have our marketing manager was back here, our VP of marketing was over here, Trey. I would come in here. He would help me create purchase scenario flyers, things like that. Here's the bathrooms. And yeah, man, this was it. So I can't believe we got up here. This was so cool. All right, we made it to FLAGGL. I just checked in. Now it's time to go catch up with some old friends. All right, here is the exhibit hall, the big reception. I'm with my trusty lead loan coordinator, Alexa, and we're gonna take a lap. There's Bethany, Justin Levy from iBusiness. This is actually filmed on my Meta Ray-Ban glasses, which I whipped out for this event for the first time, which was pretty cool. But everyone had so much fun. There's Rob Ludicky, who famously sang at the halftime show of our BDO Awards. But yeah, this was like the biggest FLAGGL conference ever. Here's Stephanie Dunn, an absolute legend in the SBA space. She's asking for my autograph, I think. No, I'm just kidding. There's Dana, and grabbing a picture. If you haven't listened to Lords of Lending podcast, I highly recommend it. And now it's time to go try to win a toaster.
Well, that does it for FLAGGL. It was so good catching up with all of my old friends. I think this was my 12th FLAGGL conference. I've been going here since I was 22. It's like, becomes your family. Becomes like, every year you get to see them. So now we got to drive home, and we're back to business. Hope you enjoyed this one.